Hey everyone, welcome to a new game. So this is with Scotland and the Hermetic Order. This is the last of the four secret societies in the new secret societies mode that came out recently. I have games playing the other three societies, so this is the last one. Um, so for this one, I really wanted to focus on just a traditional science game and just maximizing the Hermetic Order. With the ley lines and with their unique universities. So I figured now originally I planned to do a game all the way to the atomic era, so that I could get all the promotions for the secret society. But the game was going so well that I decided to just push for a quicker game in the end. I limited myself. Originally, I was limiting myself to 4 cities, and just that would allow me to play a longer game, but still be able to push for as quick of a win as possible. I ended up doing 5 cities, and then I did get a city at the very end through loyalty, so that was the sixth one, but it was really tiny. I'm not really going to count that, but I really wanted to see how quickly I could win with only 4 or 5 cities. I assumed it would be more than 250 turns, and that would take me up to the atomic era, and then we could get the final promotion for the Hermetic Order. But we actually ended up winning a little bit before that. So I decided to just go with that, and I did not get to try out the final promotion like we did with the other secret societies. But definitely a really fun game. Just sort of the opposite of my last game. My last game was a domination game on a huge map. This was just really trying to maximize 5 cities and really going for quality over quantity, kind of. So what was really fun was trying to get a lot of great people with Scotland. Scotland has the happy cities generate +1 great scientist points per campus, and then +1 great engineer points per industrial zone, and then that doubles if you're ecstatic. So you can get a lot of great people points as Scotland. I see why people enjoy playing as them. I want to do a just an all-out science game with them soon, but this was sort of like the warm-up for that. But yeah, tons of great people, and then that synergizes so well with the Hermetic Order and the ley lines, because with ley lines, once you reach the industrial era, you get yields based on how many great people that you've recruited. So for each scientist you recruit, you get +1 science on that ley line tile, or every ley line tile in your empire. So I was able to get that up over like 10 science, and then I think 9 culture. It's in the thumbnail there. So yeah, got some pretty cool ley lines going. And the universities were kind of interesting. I would say the Hermetic Order is definitely the weak. Maybe the Hermetic Order and the Owls of Minerva, in my opinion, are probably the weakest societies. But they're not. I mean, they do help you. It's not horrible. The university replacement kind of does give you some decent gold if you play the double campus adjacency card, and if you have good campuses going. Most of my campuses were like +4, so that doubled, to +8. So I was getting some gold from that, but nothing too overwhelming for sure. Let's see. So let's go through. I'll go through the game settings, and we'll kind of just wrap up with the talk a little bit more about the bonuses here. So Deity difficulty, standard speed, Pangaea map, standard map size, secret societies mode on, no apocalypse mode, disaster intensity 2, new world age. I wanted a lot of hills, and then a wet map for more woods and rainforests. And then I ended up doing a low sea level to give a little more space, because it even with fewer cities, it's hard to space them apart and get them all in there. So that helped. I upped the city states to 14. I was really hoping to have more scientific city states in the game, but that was That was a disappointment. So there was only like one scientific city-state that I met at the very end. So that kind of slowed me down a little bit. Here's the map seed if anybody wants to play that map. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the unique abilities for Scotland. I never actually used this Bannockburn thing. I probably should have. That I hear that can be a really powerful boost, and you can manipulate it so that you sort of have this ongoing just all the time. If you get lucky and if you play it right. So I actually didn't use that, but I did make a lot of use out of this one, Scottish Enlightenment. Happy cities receive additional 5% science and 5% production, and then that doubles. So 10% science, 10% production, on top of the 10% that you normally get for an ecstatic city. So having an ecstatic city as Scotland gives you a 20% science increase and 20% production increase above a typical normal city, or above their normal cities. We talked about the extra great people points. The golf course, I actually didn't build that. That could be good. I was very low on space, playing with only 5 cities. It was like every tile had to have a purpose. So I ended up not doing the golf course. And actually, I didn't even do the Highlander either. The Highlander is their Ranger replacement. So I guess the only boost I really used was this one, but it is a cool bonus. Yeah, so let's see. Wonders. I kind of went for the typical science-focused wonders. Got Colosseum up, so that really helped my amenities. It helped me stay ecstatic. Got a few others like Forbidden City, Big Ben, Oxford, Ruhr Valley. I had a cool Petra city that I settled as my 5th city, and got Ruhr Valley in that one. And so the production in that city at the end of the game was just crazy. It was close to 20 population, and lots of hills, desert hills with Petra. And then, of course, Ruhr Valley giving you that extra 20% production with the extra production for mines and quarries. Let's see. We went with a tier 3 government. We went with communism because I wanted to just maximize domestic trade routes, and you can get food and production from those earlier than you can with international trade routes. So I wanted to really push that. Yeah, we got let's see, we were originally planning for a classical dark age into a medieval heroic age, but I don't think it quite worked out like that. I think it was a normal and then a golden, but that would be pretty cool to go classical dark into medieval heroic. And then we were able to get a bunch of scientists. So we got Hypatia. We actually got 2 classical era scientists, I think, which I almost never do. We got Hypatia, which is a big one, and then Isaac Newton in the Renaissance era and Albert Einstein in the modern era. So that was cool to be able to get all of these. I definitely noticed the great scientists coming quicker, more often, playing as Scotland because of this boost here. So yeah, really fun game, and hope you guys enjoy.